If you're looking for movies or TV shows featuring lesbian romance movies in 2020, you just click on the right video. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on discovering great movies and TV shows again. Number 1. Ammonite, 2020.
Shop is closed, sir.
Ammonite is set in 1840 and is the story of fossil hunter Mary Anning, a scientist who studies fossils, is caring for her sick mother. In order to provide for her mother, she plans to sell fossils to tourists. Meanwhile, Mary receives an unexpected offer from a wealthy visitor. The man asks Mary to take care of his wife, Charlotte Murchison. Unable to turn down the offer, Mary initially clashes with her unwanted guest. Mary and Charlotte, who have problems due to their social class and personality differences, begin to develop a different bond as they spend time together. Number 2. Tove, 2020.
Det är länge sedan jag har sett dig måla.
Jag tycker det är svårt just nu.
Det där är inte konst.
Helsinki, 1945. The end of the war brings a new sense of artistic and social freedom to painter Tove Jansson. Modern art, wild parties, and an open relationship with a married politician. Her unconventional life puts her at odds with the strict ideals of her sculptor father. Tove's desire for freedom is put to the test when she meets theater director Vivica Bandler. Her love for Vivica is electric and intense, but Tove begins to realize that the love she truly craves must be reciprocated. As she struggles with her personal life, her creative endeavors take her in an unexpected direction. Number 3. Cocoon, 2020.
Klar. Und was willst du denn noch von David?
Ist doch was ganz anderes.
Nora grows up right in the middle of Cottbusser Tor in Berlin-Kreuzberg. Here, in the turbulent heart of Berlin, she is constantly surrounded by people whose lives don't always take the straight path and who come from a wide variety of cultures. Now that Nora is slowly growing up and her body is changing, she feels more and more lost in the world and doesn't know what to do. Life is a little different for her sister Jewel and her best friend Aylin. For the young women, everything revolves around styling, fashion, and presenting it on social media. Number 4. The Half of It, 2020.
I live in Squamish with my dad. I run a business, writing essays for people.
The Half of It tells the story of a young girl who realizes that she likes the same person while trying to help her friend impress the girl he likes. Ellie Chu, a shy girl, is a high school student who is very successful in her classes. Paul, one of the students on the school's football team, is looking for a way to impress the coolest girl in school. For this, she asks Ellie for help. Ellie, who agrees to help Paul, faces realities about herself that she was not aware of in the process. When Ellie realizes that Paul likes the girl he is trying to impress, things get out of hand. Number 5. Happiest Season, 2020.
She is my person, and I really want everyone to know that. I want to marry her. I'm going to ask her dad for his blessing.
A young woman's plans to propose to her girlfriend while at her family's annual holiday party are upended when she discovers her partner hasn't yet come out to her conservative parents. Admittedly, meeting your partner's family for the first time can be a truly awkward situation. It's even more difficult when you're planning to propose to your true love at Christmas dinner. But when Abby discovers that Harper has kept their relationship a secret from her family, and they don't even know she's a lesbian, she questions her relationship with her. After all, she assumed she knew her friend inside and out. Number 6. My First Summer, 2020.
At the reservoir? No one can know I'm here. If they find out, they'll take me away. I won't tell anyone.
Isolated on a remote property, finds her world transformed when a spirited girl wanders into her garden. 16-year-old Claudia has grown up isolated from the outside world. Stranded on a remote estate after her mother's death, she is shocked when Grace, a feisty local teen, appears in the garden like a mirage, a breath of fresh, sugary air. The two find in each other the support, love, and intimacy they need, and teach each other the restorative power of human connection. But their idyllic peace is fragile as the adult world closes in and threatens their secret summer romance. Number 7. 1 in a Thousand, 2020.
No se maricona. ¿Qué está escribiendo?
Una carta.
¿Para quién?
Set in a community of project houses, a young woman with a tough past meets and feels immediately attracted. A tender coming-of-age story about friendship and first love in a hostile environment. 17-year-old Iris dribbles her basketball and sportswear through a social housing estate somewhere in Argentina. She's been expelled from school and spends the warm days and nights with her 2 best friends in the empty streets of the city. While they play hide and seek, the boys disappear and take off their clothes in front of the webcam. Number 8. The World to Come, 2020.
Who is that?
Good afternoon. I'm Tally.
Abigail.
Somewhere along the mid-19th century American East Coast frontier, 2 neighboring couples battle hardship and isolation, witnessed by a splendid yet testing landscape, challenging them both physically and psychologically. Abigail begins a new year on the rural farm where she lives with her husband Dyer. As Abigail considers the year to come through her journal entries, we experience the marked contrast between her deliberate, stoic manner and her unraveling complex emotions. Spring arrives and Abigail meets Tally, an emotionally frank and arrestingly beautiful newcomer renting a neighboring farm with her husband Finney. The two strike up a tentative relationship, filling a void in their lives which neither knew existed. Number 9. T11 Incomplete, 2020.
I still have some feeling.
A mobile nurse and alcoholic struggles to rebuild her broken life, only to have it destroyed again when she falls in love with her young paraplegic patient and betrays her trust. Kate is a recovering alcoholic who has lost her entire life. She has been off alcohol for 10 years and is now trying to pick up her life and rebuild her relationship with her son, Jack. She now works in home care and is assigned a spinal cord injury patient, Laura. They develop a bond, partly due to the similar suffering they both experience, and soon fall in love with each other. However, this love is tested when Kate abuses Laura's trust. Number 10. Summerland, 2020.
Somewhere.
We were expecting you an hour ago.
Sorry.
Summerland tells the story of a young woman who looks after one of the children sent away from their hometown during World War II. During World War II, many children were evacuated from their hometowns due to bombings and placed in homes for people living in surrounding cities. One of the people looking after the evacuated children was a woman named Alice. Alice promised to look after the child who came to her house, but after a while, she wanted to get rid of him. However, as she spent time with the child and got to know each other, Alice realized that this relationship was the key to unlocking the secrets of the past.